The number of Americans seeking unemployment aid plummeted to 339,000 last week, the lowest level in more than 4 years. The sharp drop, a shocker to analysts and investors, offered a hopeful sign that the job market could be picking up. The Labor Department says weekly applications fell by 30,000 to the lowest level since February 2008. The surprisingly positive number is likely to push stock prices higher Thursday amid ongoing concerns about a slowdown in global growth. In a separate report, the U.S. trade deficit widened and thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. August to $42.2 billion, up 4.1% from July and the biggest gap in 6 months, the Commerce Department said Thursday. It's the latest worrisome sign that a slowing global economy is cutting into demand for U.S. goods. Import prices, a measure of inflation pressures, rose 1.1% in August from July and were up 0.6% year-over-year. Applications for jobless benefits are a proxy for layoffs. When the figure is consistently below 375,000, it suggests that hiring is strong enough to lower the unemployment rate. This week's decline adds to thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Other evidence that hiring is improving. Last week's labor market report showed the unemployment rate fell to 7.8% in September, the first time it has fallen below 8% since January 2009. Better than usual weather returned construction workers and others back to the job, and the end of some union-related labor strikes also reduced the number of jobless claims, some analysts said. 2 weeks ago, the number was revised up slightly to 369,000 from the first estimated 367,000. The 4-week moving average, the less volatile measure, dropped by 11,500 to 364,000, the 6-month low. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. On the trade front, exports dropped 1% to $181.3 billion as demand for U.S. made cars and farm goods declined. Imports edged down a slight 0.1% to $225.5 billion as purchases of foreign-made autos, aircraft and heavy machinery fell. The cost of oil imports rose sharply. A wider trade deficit acts as a drag on growth because it means the U.S. is earning less on overseas sales of U.S. produced goods while spending more on foreign products. Economic growth slowed to an annual rate of just 1.3% in the April-June quarter, and thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Most economists don't expect the economy to grow by much more than 2% at an annual rate the rest of the year. U.S. manufacturers have been hampered by slumping economies in Europe, China and other key export markets. Many European countries are recession. The region accounts for about 1/5 of U.S. exports. The International Monetary Fund this week projected global growth of just 3.3% for the year and 3.6% in 2013. The number may sound respectable at first glance, but it takes into account what is expected to be a sharp drop in China. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Growth rate too well below 10%. The downgrade from its July forecast reflected disappointing growth in the U.S., spreading recessions in Europe and a marked slowdown in China. There have been some hopeful signs that the U.S. economy is improving. Manufacturing grew in September for the first time in 4 months, according to a closely watched survey from the Institute of Supply Management. The growth was driven by a jump in new orders and more hiring. The unemployment rate declined to 7.8% in September, the lowest level since January 2009. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. It fell because of a huge increase in the number of people who said they found jobs. Increases in major purchases show consumers gaining more confidence in the economy. Auto sales rose 13% last month from a year earlier to nearly 1.2 million. Home sales have been posting solid gains, which have driven home prices higher. When home prices rise, people tend to feel wealthier and spend more freely.